Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Hatoful Boyfriend Holiday Star. Now, where we last left off, I finished covering all the side stories that I gradually unlocked as I played the main game, and all we have left at this point, I think, are just what's left of the radio segments. If I remember correctly, I stopped at part 3. So we only have 4, 5, and 6 left to go through, and then I think I will be officially done with the entirety of Holiday Star. So, with that said, let's just get this show on the road. Part 4, spoilers ahead. The how and why of Saint Pigeonations. It's time to break out the question box. This is Kawara Ryuda from Class 2-3. Last time was a little exciting, wasn't it? I'm glad we didn't get dropped. This time we're doing a special feature on BBL. That's the Bad Boys Love Route from the original game, I think it's called. I don't remember exactly. BBL, or Bad Boys' Love, okay, I remembered, is an extra long truth scenario, which was included with the full version of the game. Today, we'll be answering questions about BBL. So be warned, there will be spoilers. I don't recommend continuing with this if you hadn't finished BBL yet. Well, you heard him. If you guys haven't finished BBL, or, well, pretty much the entirety of the original game yet, I would highly recommend that you go do so before we continue on, because, well, if you're not going to, then continue watching at your own risk. If, I haven't made it abundantly clear that I will be talking about spoilers for the original game throughout this entire Let's Play already. Do you want to keep going? Yes, let's keep going. Alright, let's get started. This will be a little complicated, but I think I should explain where we are before jumping into the questions. Holiday Star takes place in a happy world where the BBL route never began, during winter break and the 3rd semester. Okay, so the entirety of this thing is an alternate universe sort of thing, rather than just a side story. Okay. So, naturally, up until now, the questions have been answered by the peaceful, undisturbed Otome root versions of each character. But because we're doing BBL this time, we'll be calling on the versions of each character who lived, or didn't live, through BBL. What kind of sorcery are you going to use to summon the dead? Can I learn some of it? Just don't think about it too hard and you'll be fine. In the end, it's just because unlike books or movies, visual novels have all kinds of branches and possibilities. Even if it's a little odd for me to be saying that. Sorry, that was a little long. Questions. This is from Sarawo. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Was Hiyoko raised in an orphanage? How has she managed everything all this time? Hiyoko isn't here, so I'll be answering for her again. Her parents did die a long time ago, but she was never taken in by an orphanage. She did live with my mother and me for a while, but she decided she'd rather live on her own. Living by one's own strength is a hunter-gatherer's pride, after all. I could never be like her. She's always so tough and cool, On to the next question. This one is from Damarushi. For the Doctor. What did you like so much about Professor Kawara? What was so appealing about a good-for-nothing dove like that who couldn't even take care of his own family? That's what it says, Doctor. I am not expecting a straightforward answer. See? Silence and violence. Wait! No! Doctor, stop! You can't just tear up the letters! What'd you do, taser them? You can't put them through the shredder either. That was a shredder? Aw, it's completely destroyed. That is all. That's not an answer, Doctor. Sorry, Damarushi. I guess the subject of my father is a bit of a sensitive area with him. Dad never did come home much, though. I don't remember what kind of person he was either. I wonder what kind of boss he was for the doctor. Hey, Doctor, wait! Was there something else? The next question is for you, too. It's just this one more. Could you please stay? The contents may warrant repayment that the emergency room won't be able to fix. But very well. Are you planning to break into the third dimension to claim vengeance, Doctor? Then again, you probably could. Honestly, I think Ogasan would be more capable of that than Shu, to be honest. Anyway, I'll read it, and if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. Let's not get anyone killed. Indeed. Though I can't guarantee that we won't. This is from Tomi. About how many aliases have you had to date, Doctor? Would you mind telling me what a few of them are? I don't keep them lying around for use as party tricks. That doesn't answer the question, sir. I think it is enough. I simply use names as I need. In situations where it would be inconvenient for people to realize who I am, you see. Would revealing my names not then be quite inconvenient? That's true, but no one reading this will mind spoilers. I don't mean inconvenient for them. I mean inconvenient for me. I'll be going now. Goodbye. Aw, he's gone. You didn't even answer either of them, Doctor. Looks like you're having some trouble. Hello, pretty boy. Yuya! How about... Why did I say that so with such enthusiasm? Oh, whatever. Continuing. How about I answer that question for him? You're always here just when we need you, Yuya. I've been trailing him for quite some time, after all. I'll leak a little confidential information, just for you. You're always ready to reveal state secrets just when we need them, Yuya. Well, that's a little harsh, isn't it? Anyway, moving right along. As you all know, his name as a member of the faculty of St. Pigeonations, and his name as a medical doctor, is Awamine Shu. And his name as a researcher for the Hawk Party, it was Aiza Suma. That's the name I first knew him by. We also have evidence indicating that Ishiki Michio, the public prosecutor who died suddenly a few years ago, might be the same person. And finally, there's a theory that his real identity is as the heir to the Ichiju group, but that's still just a rumor. He has quite the history, doesn't he? It all seems a little excessive to me. In any case, the truth remains shrouded in darkness. Now I'm thinking of a certain character from Kingdom Hearts. Don't ask me why he popped up in my head, but I don't know. Anyway, that's it for me. Can't keep the ladies waiting, after all. Adio. Goodbye, pretty boy. Thank you, Yuya. It's a little late now, but will he be okay? The doctor was awfully insistent about hiding those names, and he just blabbed all about them. I'm sure he'll be fine. But then again, he can't take care of himself. It's not like the doctor could kill him or anything if he did find out. Don't underestimate the doctor just because he's a cripple. Next letter. It's from one Sanya for Nagiki. Did you disappear entirely after BBL? Or are you living on inside Ryuta? Personally, I thought he just moved on to the afterlife. Also, what would you have done if you had never been sick? Would you have gone to college? I want to know and I can't stop crying. No. Nagiki will have to answer these himself. You made me come in just a little while ago, too. Sorry, but you're a really important figure in BBL, so we need to have you here. Sanya was asking what happened to you after BBL. At the very least, we do know that I spoke to you when you woke up from hibernation. Right. Let's take another look at that scene. Mr. Kawara. Mr. Kawara, Miss Tosaka. Can you hear me? Morning is almost here. Wake up, Kawara. Tosaka! I told you I wouldn't go back on my word. That scene appears in the special epilogue that you get if you play through a second time. Oh. Interesting. That was a pretty bad spoiler. Are you sure it's okay to show that? There might be people who've cleared BBL but still haven't seen it. Oh! Sorry. Well, hey, I'm perfectly fine if you spoiling it. I probably wouldn't have found out about it anytime soon if you hadn't. Keep the spoilers coming. I wasn't thinking. Don't look. Don't look. It's a little late now. Anyway, as you see, my consciousness still seems to be there. So maybe I haven't disappeared completely. That's still pretty vague. I don't exactly exist to begin with. It's a little hard to imagine something that doesn't exist disappearing. Bullshit, you do exist. I'll kill anyone who says otherwise. But then again, part of your body is inside mine now. So maybe you do exist after all. I don't know what happens after the end of BBL. Maybe I disappear later on, or maybe I end up sharing Mr. Kawara's body. Maybe, if I do end up staying, I'd like to see Hitori move on and finally start living for himself. Then I could disappear. It'd be nice to see Professor Nanaki living happily. He's been through so much. It wasn't all fun and games for me either, but I definitely agree. How about the second question? Also, what would you have done if you had never been sick? Would you have gone to college? I want to know and I can't stop crying. You can't stop crying. You know you can't change the past. You can't hope for a future which won't be allowed to come either. Didn't you think about where you wanted to go in life, Nagaki? Not really. I never had a dream for what I wanted to be when I grew up, or anything like that. Honestly, I'm not surprised. If nothing had ever happened, I probably would have gone on to college, graduated, and thought about things from there. It is pretty hard to know where you'll be a few years down the line. I haven't put any thought into my career path at all. Yeah, I do agree, because how many of you watching have, through high school or anything, like, ever been asked by your teachers, like, where do you see yourself, like, X years from now, like 5 or 10 years from now? How many of you have actually gone to where you thought you'd be if, you know, you're as old as me now and obviously still haven't gone to where you thought you would be? Because, well, I agree, it's hard to really say with absolute certainty where you'll be X years from now, because for all you know, you could just decide to change your mind and do something completely different with your life. Or maybe circumstances happen that just prevent you from pursuing certain career paths or dreams to begin with. So, basically, well, I guess what I'm asking is, how many of you have actually really ended up where you wanted to be? Like a few years from whenever your teachers asked you this question? Because, speaking from personal experience, it didn't happen quite the way I thought it would, to put it lightly. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. I bet you'd make a good museum curator, or a librarian, or a writer. I never really felt like writing books of my own. Being a curator could be interesting, though. I'll think about it. Maybe there are museums up in the bird heavens, up in the skies. I don't know. Just trying to think positive. For the world where you're still alive. Yes, something like that. Is that all? Yeah. Thank you, Nagiki. This last one is anonymous. It's for... Hello. Hi! How are you doing? Kill anybody else lately? Is this the recording room? Mr. Izune, please, come in. Have a seat. Tea! And biscuits! How nice. Yes, this is very nice. Would it be alright if I brought some home? I'd like to give them to the children. Oh, yes, I think that would be fine. I'll wrap them up for you when we're done. Really? Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you. He's certainly quite talkative. It's almost hard to believe he's actually Professor Naniki. Our last letter is addressed to you. I have a question for Hidori. You're supposed to have been good at studying, but were you able to go to school? You had your job as a lecturer, and after that you took care of the children. It certainly doesn't seem like you'd have the time. I don't go. I am enrolled, though. You're enrolled, but don't go? Is that... So you're a dropout? Are you a truant? Well, yeah, truant, there's that too. No, I'm a distance student. What the hell is a distance student? Oh, of course. Everyone helps out with the housework, so I have more than enough time left to study. Even so, I'm a little worried about leaving them for so long. If you wouldn't mind, I think I should be going soon. He's a very caring guardian, too. My father could stand to take a leaf out of his book. Don't you mean a feather? Thank you so much, Hidori. Thank you for having me. It's almost like someone brought a painting of the ideal young man to life. I wonder if I'll grow up to be as pleasant a person as him. No comment. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you all so much for your letters. Well, that's 1 down, 3 to go. The how and why of Saint Pigeonations. Here's the question box. Hello again. Everybody's favorite rock dove, Kawara Ryuta from 2-3 here. First off, thanks for playing all the way through story mode. That must have taken a while. Make sure to take a break if your eyes are tired, okay? They're not? You're fine. Alright, let's go. This time we'll be doing a special feature on everybody's human forms. As you all know, we're birds, but we have human designs too. They're just a bonus, or there for convenience, or something like that though. So don't think about it too hard, okay? Alright, our first question is from Naginata. This one is for everybody. What color are your panties when you're in human form? What a lewd question. Gosh, I wonder why they want to know about that. Probably because they're a lewd person. No, I'm not judging, though. I'm wearing light gray today. Let's try asking the others. Wait. If the human forms are basically a disguise for our benefit, or in the case of Hyoko, the only human, her benefit, Is the underwear, the panties, or whatever, are they even real? If so, why are you all running around wearing underwear? Because I don't normally... Okay, I'm just gonna stop thinking about this. I might give myself a small headache trying to figure out how this works. White. On this day of the reckoning, my loins are wrapped in the vestments dyed in the blood of the crimson lotus blossom. Red, I guess. No comment. Never heard of that color before. I'm wearing whatever you want me to be, baby. Okay. Your underwear color is potato. I forgot to put mine on. Scandalous. I do not have time for this nonsense. Coo! Okusan needs no panties. Merry Christmas! Miru and Kaku are always completely naked. Somebody better call the police. A lot of those weren't really answers. This next one isn't exactly about our human forms, but it fits the subject of pants. It's from Tatsu. You all wear trousers in human form, but do you wear them as birds too? As you can see, we aren't wearing any. Clothes for us as birds are used only for warmth, fashion, or ceremony, and aren't really mandatory at all. Alright, next question. This one is from Imari, for Professor Nanaki. I feel like you probably engage in self-harm because you feel guilty about everything. So please show me what's underneath those heavy clothes, Professor. Okay, first and foremost, is this an attempt to just get him to expose himself? And number two, he doesn't feel guilty about everything. He just feels guilty for everything that happened to dear old... Yeah. But in regards to everything else, though, because of that guilt, we all suffer. I really butchered that delivery, didn't I? I probably made little to no sense whatsoever. This one would be a little hard to just ask to his face. He is pretty well wrapped up, with the coat and the scarf, though. Professor. Yes? What is it? You're pretty heavily dressed in human form, sir. Doesn't it get hot during the summer? That's true. But even during the summer, so many places have the air conditioning on that you need a coat to stay warm. If I go to the supermarket in short sleeves during the summer, I feel like I'll freeze. Ah, yes, I know what you mean. Whenever I go shopping in short sleeves, I need to go running to the bathroom. Yes. But it's pretty warm at school, right? Is it? Don't you ever want to strip down a little? Not really, no. I see. Is that all? I still have some grading to do, so I'll be going now. I'm sorry. I just can't bring myself to look at my homeroom teacher and say, "Take it off." Don't worry, I don't blame you. Anyway, on to the last question. This is another one for the doctor. Maybe he gets so many because he's so mysterious. It's from Kasumi. Yuya's glasses are probably just for show, but what about you, doctor? If your vision is poor, just how poor is it? Yes, Yuya's are just for show. Every so often he'll break a pair and it doesn't bother him at all. A true super agent needs to keep 6 or 7 pairs of fake eyeglasses around, after all. Sounds like a major inconvenience. Oh, Yuya! The doctor left as soon as we did that question about panties. You know all kinds of things about him, though, right? Do you know how his eyesight is? But of course. Know your enemy and know yourself, and you need not fear the results of 100 battles. That's from Sun Tzu, isn't it? It seems to be pretty bad. If you take them away, he's practically helpless. You tried taking his glasses away? Hardly. I'm not that much of a daredevil. Merry Christmas! Miro and Kaku took them. Ah, I see. It was bad enough that he started feeling pretty sick, too. They were returned promptly. Sort of like how wearing glasses that don't match your eyesight can make you dizzy. Merry Christmas. You got all wobbly. Well, we don't know the exact numbers, but it sounds like the doctor's vision is bad enough that in his human form he can't get by without his glasses. I guess that might be good to know. Shame that that's never really been made useful anywhere in both this game or the original. Oh, never mind. I'm just speaking nonsense again. That's all for today. Thanks for dropping by again. Next episode will be our last one, so there'll be a bonus. Don't miss it. A bonus, you say? Do tell. Part 6, Extra Large Edition. Can we get a little extra large pudding as well? The how and why of Saint Pigeonations. It's time for the question box. Hello, everybody. This is Kawara Ryuta from Class 2-3. This is our last question answering session. We've come a long way, but it's gone by so fast. It'll be sad to see it end. Anyway, we got a question this time, a bonus question this time. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Alright, first one. From Zuzukawa for Hyoko. You love udon, but what kind is your favorite? I'll be answering the questions for Hyoko again. I was wondering about this a while ago too, so I asked her. She said, if I had to pick one, it would be kake udon. It's the most basic of the most basic, with just udon and broth, nothing else. She said she couldn't let herself forget the true spirit of the noodle, after all. Should have guessed. She orders whatever she feels like at the cafeteria, but if it's her first time at a restaurant, she'll usually get kake udon. I guess maybe kake udon is the best gauge of a chef's udon powers. The next one's for Sakuya from Tsukimu. Your mother taught you that mansions will always have ninja in them, but did she teach you anything else? But of course. She taught me all I would need to know to live in Japan. Does that include lessons in trench warfare? And you're always so studious, too. What kind of things do you know about, aside from ninja and shrine offerings and fallen warriors? Let us see. I know about sushi. Ah, that's definitely a point of Japanese pride. You're an aristocrat, so you go to the really fancy sushi places, right? Indeed. I've been to those places with the little conveyor belts. Not the ones with the little conveyor... Not the ones with the little conveyor belts? Do you mock me? Why should I go to a sushi place without a little conveyor belt? But... My mother taught me this. Sushi places with the little conveyor belts have invested in their establishments and combine entertainment with cuisine. They are higher class than places with the little conveyor belts. I see. I guess you do usually end up spending more time in the ones with the little conveyor belts? Maybe? I think? Alright, next we have 2 for Professor Nanaki. Yes. Let's have them. The first one is from Linalul. You're always falling asleep, Professor. Do you spend all your time at home sleeping, too? Hyoko guessed that you spend about 97% of your time at home asleep, but how much is it really? If you're always asleep, I worry that you're not getting enough to eat. So, how much do you sleep at home, sir? Don't worry, Linalul. I make sure to eat. Probably not 97% then. I do fall asleep while I'm having dinner sometimes, though. And in the bath. Please make sure you don't drown yourself sleeping in the bath, sir. I was just about to comment on that. The next one is from Shiroi. Is the dark spot by your chin a shadow, Professor? Or is it a marking? I've been wondering for a long time. Dark spot? You mean this? I think it's just a shadow. We got a lot of people asking about this. Which is it, sir? It's not a shadow. It's a common marking on male quills. This thing? It's right where the shadow of your head would be, though, so it's a little confusing. Try searching for some pictures of button quails. You'll find plenty of quails with a marking by the beak, just like me. Thank you, sir. The next one is for Yuya. Salutations. I'll answer anything for a lady hoping to get to know me better. Sorry, it's anonymous, so we can't really tell if it's a lady or not. Clearly, it's just a shy mademoiselle, unable to ask in person, but determined to have an answer. Well, I wonder. Alright, let's just go with that. The question is, we never seen you surrounded by squealing girls, so have you actually got it, Yuya? That's a very good question. Why didn't I ever think of that? It's a little harsh, isn't it? Yeah, this is definitely one that would be a little hard to ask if your name attached. But asking the questions that are hard to ask is my job. You're awfully dedicated. I'll answer in full candor, too. Alright, time to bite the bullet. Have you actually got it, Yuya? A man who's got it never says he does. Is that a sort of backwards way of saying you have got it? I wonder if we can call that full candor. I think he's just simply saying, if you actually got it, don't be prideful about it. Don't boast. You satisfied for now? Let me know if another lady comes calling. Audio. Well, I guess for now we can just say he's probably got it, whatever it is. The next one is for San. Coo! Never worry, never fear. Oka-san is already here. This is from someone called I Wish I Were Pudding. What kind of house do you live in, Oka-san? Probably something made out of pudding. Coo! You're asking about Oka-san's house? Will you be coming to play? Actually, no. Maybe he lives in a department store by the food section. No, not department, grocery store. Coo! Oka-san will give you a warm welcome. And where is your house, Oka-san? Coo! Coo! Oka-san lives in a great mansion. A mansion? Coo! Oka-san's house is a mansion. A mansion is grand, even grander than Sakuya's. Probably a super center. Seriously? Coo! Oka-san stays in a birdcage inside his mansion. Why a birdcage in the mansion? Coo! Oka-san's instincts tell him to sleep in a birdcage. Coo! Coo! The birdcage helps Oka-san stay calm and relaxed. Well, now we learned your kryptonite. Coo! Oka-san shall return to his home and relax now. Well, I'm not sure I entirely understand, but I guess San lives in a birdcage inside a huge mansion. I'd like to go visit him sometime and see exactly what sort of arrangement he has. Alright, time for the extra. This one's for Miss Azumi. Are you here, Miss Azumi? It's been a while. Leave it to me, kid. This one's from Fushu. You are way too cool in a number of ways, Azumi. I've completely fallen for you. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth and back. Sure it's not Hiyoko who's writing this? You want to become my protege, kid? Come to my takoyaki cart when the sun begins to set, if you've got the guts. I'll show you how to ride like the wind. There's a question for Mr. Rabu as well, but would you like to answer it? A question for him. Yeah, I'll take it. This is from Shinkan. How is your newlywed wife with Miss Azumi so far, Mr. Rabu? She orders you around all day and night, right? What kind of idiotic question is that? Don't go prying to other people's private stuff, you brat. Ow! Don't kick me! Cover into your soul, kid. No peeping into my love nest. Miss Azumi's kicks really hurt. Where'd she hit you? In the ribs? I don't know if she orders him around a lot or not, but I think they get along pretty well. Alright, it's time for our final letter. This one is anonymous. I can't wait for the next question box series. Really? I'm so glad. Though I don't know if there will be another one. There might be, though. It's still up in the air. If there are plans for another, it'll be mentioned on the official site and blog. Check back every once in a while, okay? Alright, that's it for the Holiday Star radio section. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. It's been a pleasure. This has been the How and Why of St. Pigeonations, brought to you by yours truly, Kawara Ryuta. Achievement unlocked, Radio Star. Okay, I guess... Wait a minute, was this here already? What the hell is this? Short episode. The day the night slept, and after. This story consists of unused scenes from Part 4. Please enjoy this section of things which couldn't fit into the main story. Think of it as being like the bonus scenes on a DVD. Please enter your name. Yes, that is okay. Well, guys, it looks like we have just a little bit more left to cover. So I guess I'll go ahead and do just that. The conductor's true form. What's wrong, Hiyoko? Do you have a stomachache? The silver field was a little cold. No, that's not it. It's not that my stomach is cold. I'm just feeling kind of fuzzy. Coo? Hiyoko is feeling fuzzy? Hiyoko's stomach is feeling fuzzy? No, my head is. Something's bothering me. It's... excuse me. What? If you need the toilet, it's in that cart there. It's in that car there. So don't have an accident. No! I really feel like I've seen you before. Have we met somewhere? What? Miss, are you hitting on me? No! Maybe we've met, maybe we haven't. That depends on you, miss. It depends on me? Could you step out of that shadow for a moment? Oh, wait. Are you the sort of person whose form changes based on what other people want to see? You're the asshole that keeps murdering me. Well, I kept murdering me, and in the main game. Ooh, Mr. Death. He's a friend of yours? Yeah, he and I go all the way back to the demo version. I'll be counting on you next time something happens. To what, kill you? Try not to give me too much more work to do, okay? What? But that's why we're friends. She's friends with death? Apparently. Good manners. The new season is almost here. I better start checking for any Hawk Party spies and the new students. Salutations, Mr. One. Sakazaki Yuya. What is it? I don't recall sending for you. Well, that's a little cold. Can I just drop by to see your beautiful face? You are no longer a student at this school. You should avoid any unnatural conduct. Nothing unnatural about a college student getting nostalgic for his old high school. Everyone knows how much I love this school. Nothing suspicious about it. Anyway, I came to deliver a letter. A letter. New orders. No, it's from Nishiki Kuji Tori. A letter of intent. It doesn't look like it. He addressed this little package to you. Let's have a look. To the soaring winds of Special Intelligence Division 0, Leone JB. May your organization grow in prosperity and success of the coming season. I pray you have been well throughout the colder months of the year. I am deeply grateful for your taking time from your busy schedule to see me off the other day. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your kind consideration. Therefore, I have obtained a humble gift from the High Society Seagull Department Store to express my gratitude. I know you are quite busy with the coming of the new school year, but please take care not to catch a cold in this chilly spring weather. Your servant, the Black Advocate, Technical Research Consultant, Nishiki Kuji Tori. That's some pretty stiff business writing. Wait a minute. I forgot who he was for a second. Well, sorry for my different voice for him. You saw him off after everything the other night. He's on the surveillance list after all. I gave him a ride home. The package doesn't seem to have any explosives. Madeline's cheesecake and financiers. I don't know if I pronounced that first thing correctly. Pretty standard stuff for a pastry assortment. Well, he did go to the trouble of having them sent. No point in saying no. We'll run some tests, and if they come up clean, I'll put some coffee on. Good idea. Get well soon. Merry Christmas! Christmas will soon be here. The spring semester has barely started. Merry Christmas! Christmas will soon be here, in about 8 months. That is hardly what I would call soon. You two do not seem to be short on energy. Perhaps I shall reduce your portions at meals, starting today. Merry Christmas! Ah! Merry Christmas! Shu just doesn't understand food. Your luxurious patronage plumage is going to get all raggedy and thin. Merry Christmas. Me and Kaku always use up a lot of energy planning for Christmas. Merry Christmas! Let's decorate the tree with the nice fossil instead of a star this year. The nice big fossil. Please don't carry my things off without asking. Merry Christmas? This is something of Shu's? Something important? I like how he's just stopped midair. Something important. No. Not particularly. Merry Christmas! Yay! We'll decorate the tree with it. We'll decorate the tree with it. Merry Christmas? Huh? Merry Christmas? Someone scratched stuff into this fossil? It's no good now. It's scratched. Let me see it for a moment. Oh, wait, now I remember. Didn't Ryuta's father give you a fossil at one point? Merry Christmas. There's a name carved on the back. To Isa. Don't forget to eat dinner. I know. Eat if you want to. Lunch! Whoops, I forgot to read the Merry Christmas part. To the Southern Cross. Ah, Stardust sugar cubes are so sweet. You have some too, Your Majesty. Sweet foods warm the soul and make your troubles fly away. Nibble. Hick. Nibble. I'm scared. Scared? Of what? We don't know what we'll find at the next star. That's been true ever since we were on the Earth. No one knows what the future will bring. We don't know if it will be fun. Your Highness! Your Highness! Let's have a pillow fight and talk about our crushes at the next star. Okay. Achievement unlocked, untold stories. You can't just wait around forever. Fun is something you have to go out and find yourself. We're all good friends here. Tomorrow will be a good day. Well, that's good. That the king has at least got some friends to keep him company. Okay, is that it for real this time? Ah, damn it. Get back there. It looks like it. And there's... I don't know why everything looked white there, unless it's supposed to look this way. Interesting, I can't seem to see anything. Wonder if there's some kind of bug. Oh well, it's not really important anyway, I guess. So... I guess we're done. So, yeah, I guess we're done with this whole game, and I guess Hatoful boyfriend in general. If so, I guess I'll share my my basic thoughts with my whole experience. This game, along with the first game, has been a pretty interesting little journey, to say the least. After the initial absurdity of the premise grew on me, I just rolled with a lot of things and just enjoyed the ride for what it was. I know I probably didn't have too much to comment on, but, well, a lot of it was the fact here that a lot of the characters, I guess, ended up commenting more or less the same exact thoughts that I'd have for some of the other characters' strange lines or other absurdities whenever they happened. So, in a sense, it was like some of the characters were reading my mind during a lot of segments on both this game and the original. But anyway, despite that, I was pretty invested in everything. I thought that in the case of Holiday Star, it was a nice little deviation from the absolute emotional roller coaster that the first game turned out to be. Even if the whole last two episodes got pretty serious with the King's character arc and everything, and Holiday Star in general. And while I think that Nishiki Kuji's character arc and everything was kind of finished in a rather abrupt manner, he was a fun little antagonist while he was still relevant for the first two episodes of the main story. And as for the King, well, the King was actually a little bit on the scary side, to say the least, for me. Well, you know, the whole hive mind thing and static world that is Holiday Star and all that. Mixing those two things here is pretty much a recipe for nightmare fuel, especially if the hive mind in question has less than benevolent intentions for, well, any would-be wanderers. But anyway, beyond these two major things, I thought that the entirety of my journey through Holiday Star was pretty entertaining. There was a lot of humor to be had. a lot more of the same basic craziness that I've come to expect from ever since the first game. Overall, I guess I'm pleased to say I wasn't really disappointed with Holiday Star in regards to how it fares up to the original game. But yeah, I thought that this game was just basically kind of like a series of side stories, but that took place during the middle of the original game. But I guess apparently, going by what we learned in the radio segments, this is actually an alternate universe thing. So I guess it's interesting to see how in that sense things would have played out if BBL didn't happen. I don't really have a preference. I don't think I have a preference, at least as of yet, which I prefer more. How Holiday Star took this story in its own unique direction, or how the original played out in the BBL route. I think they both offer some. I think they're both good for what they are. Anyway, I guess there's really not much more I can say. I guess there's one thing. I will miss the shenanigans and the absolute wonder that is Okusan. And a lot of the other characters, really. I wonder if we'll ever get another game for Hatoful Boyfriend. Never know. But in case a third game is ever made, I guess I will make it a point to do a Let's Play on that too. So, if that ever does happen, I guess you guys have that to look forward to at least. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed my Let's Play of Hatoful Boyfriend Holiday Star. If you stuck around from beginning to end, or whenever you decide to start watching, thank you for showing up at least for the finale regardless. If you liked this Let's Play and you want to see more content from me, you're free to subscribe to my channel. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Take care.